Willie Silly, man, AKA, and like I said, YouTube, did you miss me? Hey, y'all, I love saying that, and I know you be saying it too. Look at you. You really love your boy Jay. You love me, bro. Every time you look at me, you start smiling. Look at you. You just smiling so hard right now. What you doing, smoking the wood or something? Look at you. Smoking the wood, smoking the backwood. What you doing, smoking weed right now? Look at him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even get into all that. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into the video. You made me want to say something to y'all, man. I ain't gonna cap to you. But nah, though, y'all, did you miss me? You know what I mean? But, hey, man, look, make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. And like I said, y'all, they didn't believe in me, but God did. You know what I mean? 373 subscribers on the second channel. Like I said, y'all, gotta thank God over you any day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna thank you. I'm gonna thank God, and then I'll thank you. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I thank God. But God, bro, big dog, I want to thank you for real. I told you, if you give me one more chance, bro, I told you, like, for real, no camera-ish. You know this. I told you, if you give me one more opportunity, bro, I will tell them about you, bro. I told you this, right? So we gonna do it. You know what I mean? This ain't even no camera-ish. You know, we talk like this all the time off camera, and this is just real spill. Real deal, Holyfield. I appreciate you, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I gotta thank God, man, for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a heavily believer in that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, this right here, y'all, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This right here is crazy, man. Can you react to a girl? Like, hold on, man. I'm reacting to something right now. That's one thing I can't stand, bro, is when people try to tell me, and I'm sorry that I have to do this to you, but just time him out for 600 seconds right quick. Time him out for 600 seconds. One thing I cannot stand, you know what I mean, is when somebody tell me to react to something and I'm reacting, you know what I mean, to a video. I cannot stand that. But this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Do y'all realize he has more playoff wins than any coach you ever had, and you just fired him? I've never seen a coach get fired for making it to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm talking about, y'all, I just can't believe that. I just can't believe that. This man made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and got fired, ladies and gentlemen. The NBA, the NFL, you get praised for that. You get praised. This man has won the most playoff games over any Knicks head coach in history. This man has won 24 playoff games, if I'm not mistaken. He's won 24, if I'm not mistaken. He's been a Knicks head coach for dang near what? 5 years? Am I tweaking? He's been a Knicks head coach for a minute. He's won 24. You know what the other head coaches won? 7. 7. Can somebody tell me? I just don't. I don't get it. Why do the NBA fire coaches for succeeding? You fired this man for not making it to the freaking finals? For losing to a very underrated Pacers team, bro? That Pacers team isn't bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? That Pacers team is actually good. Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, bro, who is very underrated, who in my opinion is a top 25, top 20 player. You know what I mean? Miles Turner, but they got a good squad in. For him to get fired over this? Like he just ain't beat the Celtics.
An absolute stunner in the NBA. Breaking
Knicks, bro.
news into
This is look, no. This is why the NBA told this ain't on the NBA. You know what I'm saying? This ain't on the NBA. This on the Knicks organization. You know what I mean? The NBA has nothing to do with this. This is on the Knicks. This is on the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? And this is why the Knicks will never ever be a complete franchise, bro. This is why y'all never ever be a complete franchise right here.
Our NBA insider joining us now. Shams, you just put this out moments ago. What do you have?
Tom Thibodeau has been relieved of his duties as head coach of the New York Knicks. Sources tell me after 5 seasons as head coach of the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau is out. He led them to 4 playoff appearances in 5 years as head coach. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. They won back-to-back.
The first time in 25 years. You went to the Eastern Conference Finals the first time in 25 years and you fired.
Plus win seasons for the first time since the 1990s. But I'm told The Knicks believe that they need a new voice, someone that can take them to the next step of the organization's future, which they hope is an NBA championship. This is a team that obviously has talent: Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. They feel like they need a new voice, and that's what the decision.
So basically what the Knicks is saying, no championship and you're fired. Basically, that's what it is in New York. No championship, you're fired. So you have to win the champ. Do you know how hard it is to win the championship? Like, are you stupid? Do you know how hard it is to win an NBA championship? So basically, if the coach does not win, if the coach does not win the NBA championship, he's fired. So the next coach that you have has to win the NBA championship. Basically what you're saying.
Decision was made today by Knicks ownership. James Dolan, Leon Rose informed Tom Thibodeau today that he has been let go as head coach.
All right, so Shams,
that's on the coach right there. That's on the coach. That's on the coach right there.
We talk about the patience and getting the Knicks over the hump. First time they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. That says to me that no one has been able to do it. You get so close by taking out the Celtics and working your way to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. How was that not viewed enough by the organization to maybe give it another run? How did they come to the decision after the season they just had?
The Knicks evaluated that based on what they feel Tom Thibodeau to be as their head coach, for whatever reason, that they need a new voice that can take them and be able to potentially make different adjustments, be able to...
Dude, you haven't made the Eastern Conference Finals in freaking 5. Like, golly, bro, you have not made the Eastern Conference Finals in 20 years. What type of voice do you need? He's the best voice you ever had, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Keep talking about a voice. What voice do you need? Before Tom Thibodeau, you wasn't even reaching the freaking playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You talking about this voice. I'm getting tired of you talking about some voice. Because you haven't had that voice for 25 years.
A different perspective. We saw Tom Thibodeau late in this series against the Pacers start to go more to his bench, go 8-9 players deep. He went 9 players deep a couple of times in those critical moments down the stretch of this Pacers Eastern Conference Finals series. Not something we had seen from him earlier in the playoffs or in past years, trusting his bench. Players like DeLon Wright, players like,
I love for the niggas. I love for the Lakers pick him up.
Mitchell Robinson coming in. So there were adjustments made that you saw maybe something start to turn, but clearly the Knicks believed that whoever they go with as their next head coach potentially will have a little bit more leniency when it comes to their rotations, comes to building the chemistry and camaraderie coming off the bench. But Tom Thibodeau gave such a great run for this Knicks team. I think they're in a great position now. That's what the Knicks believe. A lot of people, my phone is blowing up right now with executives, everyone around the league just stunned. But every player on this Knicks roster, it felt like overperformed. You saw Jalen Brunson become an All-NBA All-Star guard. Karl-Anthony Towns, an All-NBA performer as well. A lot of Knicks players. Josh Hart as well.
Josh Hart sucked.
Something positive about Tom Thibodeau. They all had great years under him, but clearly the Knicks did not feel like Tom Thibodeau was going to be the coach to take them over the top.
Yeah, you beat me to it. My next question was going to be, I bet your phone is blowing up with reaction around the league. I was going to ask you for that reaction, but you just said it there. People are stunned. So here's how you could look at this, Shams. If people are stunned, they didn't think this was going to happen. If New York is going to make this move after the season they just had, to me that says they're making the move because they have someone in mind. Who do you believe that list, and what do you believe that list is going to look like?
I bet Jalen Brunson's dad is going to be the freaking coach. I bet this was on some like, I bet Jalen Brunson's dad going to be a head coach. How much on the bet, bro? You know what I mean? They probably got Mike Malone. I don't know Mike Malone, but I'm not going to say Jalen Brunson's dad, but I got a feeling, bro, going to try to hire Jalen Brunson's dad. You know what I mean? Honestly, as the head coach. You feel me? Honestly. You feel me? Like, this seemed like this was some type of threat or something, you know? And I don't know if JB said, hey, look, man, if you don't hire my dad as the head coach, I'm leaving. I don't know if that was the case. You know what I mean? Something dirty had to be going on for this to happen. Because there's no way that you fire Tom Thibodeau, you know, after making it to the Eastern Conference Final. It's no way, man. You know what I'm saying? So, in my mind, I got Mike Brown or Michael Malone. You know what I'm saying? I say Michael Malone will be a good fit. You know what I mean? But Tom Thibodeau was your guy. I don't understand. Tom Thibodeau was your guy. You're not making it, bro. You're not making it to the championship every year, bro. Some people never make it to a championship. It's rare to make it to a championship, bro. You know what I mean? So for you to get that close to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, bro, that's a big leap. You haven't made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, in freaking 25 seasons, bro. This is the first coach in 25 seasons to take y'all to that hump. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
Not sure yet which names are going to be on that list, but clearly it's going to be someone that has potential pedigree, championship-wise, someone that has been able to take a team over the top. Their single goal, I'm told, is how can we make the best hire to win a championship? That's all that they're thinking about. That's all James Dolan, Leon Rose are thinking about, is trying to go out and win a championship.
But I'm just saying, like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, it's not all about coaches, bro. You know what I mean? And I played the game. I played basketball. I played football. Bro, it's about players too. If you got players that just do not want it, it don't matter how good of a coach you are, bro. You're not going to win. Coaches can only control so much of the game. That's when niggas like. That's when people was talking about like Nick Saban. Nick Saban, you ain't gonna win without Nick Saban, bro. It's the players before the coaches, if anything. Yeah, the coach can write down the game plan, but if the players do not execute the game plan, it doesn't mean nothing. The coach is not winning the game, the players are. So if the players suck, you know what I'm saying? If the players suck, it doesn't matter, you know, what the coach do. They're going to suck regardless. You know what I mean? Regardless of the coach can have a masterpiece, draw it up on the clipboard. He could be an excellent coach. But if the players suck, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. So it got to be both ways, bro. Got to be both ways.
They believed thoroughly this year that they had a team ready to win a
Pacers
championship.
just outplayed
they were
them.
Disappointed that they lost in the conference finals. I think that disappointment had a lot to do with the eventual firing of Tom Thibodeau today. But this is a Knicks organization. I expect, if the last year and a half is any indication, I expect this team to be aggressive in terms of trades, and now they're going to be aggressive in terms of finding their next head coach.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. If you can't win with this team, bro, if you can't beat Indiana with this team, like, bro, this is the best team y'all had in like 20-some years. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all been trashed. Like Melo, y'all was trash with Melo. Y'all been trashed for some time, bro. Bro, if you can't win with this team, it's over with. You got Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns. How much more? Mikal Bridges. How much more do you, Robinson? What else do you need, bro? It's like, if you cannot win with this squad, if you can't win with this squad, bro, it's like nothing. It's like, what else can you do, bro? You said Cat can't play defense. What else you gonna get then, bro? Karl Anthony Towns, who you going for? Who are you going for? You know what I'm saying? Mitchell Robinson is a good, bro. Mitchell Robinson is a good defensive, he is a good defensive center. They even started Mitchell Robinson with Karl Anthony Towns. That was a good lineup. But, bro, you have 2 All-Stars on your team. 2 All-Star starters. Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2 All-Star starters. But, bro, you got 2 All-Stars on your team. What you mean, my nigga?
Oh, no.
They only had 1 All-Star on their team. Did Tyrese Halliburton make the All-Star game? Did Tyrese Halliburton make the All-Star game? Did he make it this year? I don't even think he was an All-Star.
Dude, in NBA circles. Got Denver over the hump. That's not an easy thing to do.
Lost a team that didn't have no All-Stars.
Michael Malone is obviously was a colleague. I was around him at the Western Conference Finals. He seemed like he was really enjoying the media side of it, and he's someone that takes a lot of time in preparation. The one thing you know about Michael Malone, he always will build that chemistry, camaraderie around his unit. Don't know where he's at with it. The Knicks just made this decision today, and so the next several days will be about mapping out just exactly who they're going to go with. I asked, is there someone lined up? I was told no, not yet. That's a process the Knicks will begin in earnest here very soon.
So, Shams, when you look at a big picture now, because the East was loaded, the Cavaliers looked like to be the best team in the Eastern Conference in the NBA, apart from Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City did their part. They're in the finals, and now you've got Cleveland. They're really good. You've got the Celtics. They're going to be really good. They've got a good nucleus. The Knicks are hanging around there. So where do the Knicks position themselves now after making a franchise-altering move and firing a head coach that got them a place they hadn't been in 25 25 years. Where do the Knicks now stack up in the East with moves that they have to make?
Only time will tell. Is the grass greener on the other side? Because when you have a coach like Tom Thibodeau, you know you have a level of success year in and year out. You know he's good for it, but they felt like they needed a new voice. But will that new voice that they bring in, will that person be able to turn this unit, Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, the group, if they stick with this team another year and say, listen, the coach was the problem, we will bring in a new voice, we're going to give this iteration another run.
I bet you the coach wasn't a problem.
Will this unit take a step back?
Bet you it wasn't.
Have they peaked? Have they hit their ceiling? Or will a new coach be able to turn this to another level? But remember, earlier in the year, Mikal Bridges did make some comments about Tom Thibodeau trusting the bench more, and allowing other players to feel like they had a presence. It's hard not to look where we're at today and not think about those comments.
See, look, you talking about a final straw, bro. You talking about a final straw? What is the Knicks to talk about a final straw? Like, Knicks has not done nothing. Like, do you understand how hard it is to make it to the championship, bro? You literally have organizations in the league that has never been to the NBA Finals. The Los Angeles Clippers never been to NBA Finals. You got teams that never touched the finals floor. Do you know how hard it is to touch the NBA Finals? Do you know how hard it is? This franchise has not been to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, Cat. 25 years. I don't think y'all understand how hard that is. This ain't no rookie mode, bro. This Hall of Fame. This real life Hall of Fame, bro. This ain't no rookie. You're not scoring 102 points. You're not doing what you're doing on my career. That's not happening in real life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, bro, I think people just gotta. It's like, dang, bro, you gotta be patient. You know what I mean? Even though you lost, I say make a couple moves. This is more on the players than it was the coach to me. I don't feel like this was on the coach, in my opinion. Tom Thibodeau did a great job this season. I feel like it was more on the players. Make some type of trades. Trade some people, get some type of, and then guess what? For me, Dante DiVincenzo should not have gotten traded. Dante DiVincenzo should not have gotten traded. Josh Hart should have got rid of him. You know what I mean? But Dante DiVincenzo should not have gotten traded. That was y'all big mistake, trading him away. Traded him away. You know what I'm saying? New to the stream, I appreciate that you here, bro. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, man, you know what I mean? Dante DiVincenzo should have still been on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was a missing piece of the puzzle, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the players, bro. You gotta look at the coaches, bro. And I'm honestly, for me, I don't like the podcaster. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I do not like the podcaster. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about JJ Redick. I don't like the podcaster. You know what I'm saying? The podcaster I do not like. So if anything, I'll say let's fire JJ Redick and let's get Tom Thibodeau. Because y'all already know, if y'all watch the Lakers versus the Timberwolves, the little jackass did not play the bench the whole second half. I've never in my life, I'm going to start the video, but I've never in my life seen a head coach do that. Ever in my life. I told y'all, he looked worse than Darvin Scam. I've never in my life seen that. I could not believe it. I just could not believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man only played 6 people in the second half, and people got the nerve to say that our bench is trash when that nigga didn't even play the bench. At least Tom Thibodeau was playing the bench. Am I right, fellas?
Because when you have an active player come
couldn't
out
believe
like
it, Chad. I just couldn't believe it.
In that moment, it has to have some level of meaning. And they were over it. They had moved on. But it is something to look at.
Yeah, when you say what
you said, Tibbs doesn't use a bench.
The reaction around the league, people are stunned.
How about your bench start doing something?
You have to start peeling back the layers. And one of them, I mean, could be connectivity with your players. I mean, Tibbs a hard dude. And so the connectivity you might have with your locker room, the chemistry might not be fitting there. And now they could look in free agency and find a guy that fits the culture. Do you believe at the end of the day, players within the organization, this is Jalen Brunson's team.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, do your thing, bro. Knicks fans, do your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he never uses a bench. All right, do your thing, bro. Cause you acting like, I don't know why Knicks fans acting like y'all was doing something before him. You know what I'm saying? Like you like, you know, so you know what? Do your thing, bro. Cause with that before him, you didn't make it. Before him, you didn't make it to the freaking Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. So yeah, go and find I want to see you next coach. Do your thing, bro.
Is naive. Do you think there could have been maybe some
did way better than other coaches
that y'all had this move?
I didn't get the sense that this was a unit that had lost faith in Tom Thibodeau per se. I mean, we saw Jalen Brunson's after that Game 6 loss.
You said we got Brunson. You had Brunson this year and lost 4-2. Brunson's not enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with you. Brunson's not enough. You know what I mean? You had Brunson for the past years and still been losing. That's not enough. You know what I mean? You got Brunson. That's not enough at all.
In Indianapolis.
I honestly feel like y'all wouldn't beat the Celtics if Jason Tatum wouldn't got hurt. I feel like that right there was the basketball guys looking out for y'all. I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. Honestly, if I honestly feel like if Jason Tatum wouldn't got hurt, y'all would have lost against the Celtics, honestly.
He was asked about Tom Thibodeau and whether he felt Tom Thibodeau was the right coach.
That was getting cooked.
And it was as if he absolutely shunned the question. It was as if he was shocked that question was even asked. He was just like, come on, like, what are we talking about? Yes, of course. Like, Jalen Brunson, from everything I understand, he's always been a Tom Thibodeau supporter. That's someone who's allowed him to thrive in this league as he joined the Knicks as a point guard a few years ago. So I think there were definitely players that felt like Tom Thibodeau brought the best out of them.
All right, Shams, you've got 30 seconds to get ready for NBA Today. You're going to be busy for the rest of the day. Then we'll see you at 5 p.m. on SportsCenter. Shams Charania, the breaking news today. Tom Thibodeau out as head coach of the New York Knicks. I mean, when he said the league is stunned, that was the knee-jerk reaction.
This stunned me, though. This stunned me. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely stunning, but
It
you know what?
stunned me
You
for
brought up
sure.
a good point. You know, talking about Mikal Bridges earlier in the season.
You know, I can see. Hold on. Did the Kings sign Doug Christie? I know the Kings ain't signed Doug Christie. You know what I'm saying? You know, with Tatum, hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I realized they was up 2-0, bro, and all that. You know what I mean? But they, in my opinion, they wouldn't have beaten Tatum. Tatum was cooking them niggas. I'm gonna keep it real. They could not stop Tatum. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with you. So in my opinion, the Kings size, oh my God, re-sign Doug Christie for next year. After you getting smoked, Doug Christie ain't do nothing. This I'm gonna tell y'all how dumb these organization is, bro. Like, can somebody tell me like where can I sign up, bro? Like to be a front office, like. Is it on Indeed? Like, I promise you, I can run teams better than these niggas. I promise you, bro. Like, how do you... It's not about what you know. It's about who you know in this world. I be trying to tell y'all, bro. It's about who you know, because there's no way you got jackasses like this that run teams, bro. It's no way in heck, bro. It's no way. I promise you, most of us can run a team better than these niggas. I promise you. Got a whole bunch of money-hungry, rich, dumb folks that know that look, y'all, that's what it is, bro. In the NBA, it's a whole bunch of rich white people that don't know nothing about basketball, that literally just cares about money. They don't care about basketball. They know nothing about the sport, know nothing about the game. That's really what it is, y'all. A whole bunch of old white people that don't know a dang thing about basketball running these teams, bro. Like, you need niggas in here that know sports, that know the game. You know what I mean? Most of these jackasses probably don't even watch their own team play. You know what I mean? They probably playing golf or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be watching a team for it, bro. Like, it's no way. Like, the moves y'all be making, you re-sign Doug Christie after the Kings literally got smoked. Didn't do nothing. Wasn't nowhere near better without Mike Brown. You fired Mike Brown after extending him to a contract. Fired him, you know what I'm saying? And then you re-signed Doug Christie, even though Doug Christie